welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a quick macaroni salad. Tonight we're gonna have brats, and I made a homemade jalapeno cheddar bread. So we're gonna have that with the brats. And then I figured it would be nice to have a macaroni salad as a side. I haven't had macaroni salad in a while. So I'm gonna be making a creamy macaroni and salad. But instead of the normal toppings that I would normally put in there's a couple that I normally would. But we're gonna put in some asparagus, some sun-dried tomatoes, bell peppers, and cilantro, and then some frozen peas at the end. So first off, we need to get our macaroni going. So I'm going to add that into my boiling salted water. So I'm gonna plop that in there, and we're gonna give it a good mix. We just wanna keep an eye on this, stirring it occasionally. And in the meantime, I'm going to get started on the dressing. So first off, you need some mayo. Okay, and for the mayo, you need about 1/3 cup. Oh, and the macaroni I put in, it was 2 cups of elbow macaroni. So there is our mayo. You can always add more if you need it. And then we need the zest and the juice of 1 lemon. So get my squeezer out and my zester. I got one of these recently and it works so well for zesting a lemon. I don't know what I was doing beforehand. It was so hard trying to get it off, but this, you just hold it and it comes right off, and you have much better control over it too. It is so nice. So just gonna go all around this. Oh, and it's starting to smell so good too. Just give it a nice brightness. And lemon always goes well with asparagus too, so get that all in there. Awesome, and then we're gonna get it sliced up. Okay, and you really want to keep a close eye on your pasta too, because about 4 minutes before it's done, we're gonna add in our asparagus just to get it slightly cooked. Actually, I'm not gonna throw these away. I like to cut them up into smaller pieces and throw them down the garbage disposal, and it makes it smell nice and fresh. So, just gonna leave it in there for now. Okay, the other lemon, half. Awesome. Okay, up next, we need some Dijon mustard. So I'm just gonna give this, we need about 2 teaspoons of this. A little more wouldn't go awry either. There we go. Just kind of eyeballing that one. And then I am using 2 cloves of garlic. You can use more or less depending on how much you like garlic. I really like garlic, so I'm adding a little bit more, but if you don't like it quite as garlicky, you can just add 1 clove. Okay. Ooh. And the last thing we need for this sauce is salt and pepper. And then we're gonna just get that all mixed together. The acidity from the lemon should really break down that mayo and make it really creamy. Okay, this is looking good so far. So I'm gonna set this aside as we finish off the rest. Hopefully that will be enough. If not, I can always add a little bit more of the ingredients after it's all done. Okay, this has been in here for about 4 or 5 minutes, so I'm gonna take a quick test and see how it's coming along. Okay, getting pretty close to being done, so I'm going to add in my asparagus. And that needs to be in there for about 4 minutes. And about a minute before it comes out, I'm going to add in some of my frozen peas so they have time to warm up and not be frozen anymore. It's always fun waiting for it to be done. Okay, now it is time to add the peas. There's about 1 minute left. I'm not gonna add all of them. These are petite peas. Stir those in. Where did I put the twisty tie? There it is. Okay, and that has been 4 minutes, so it is time to drain all of this into a strainer. Okay, and then to get it to stop cooking right away, I have a bowl of ice. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to it. And then I'm going to take this, get off the water, and then we're gonna put it in here to shock it to get it to all stop cooking right away, because we do not want it to cook anymore. So I'm just gonna stir it and make sure it gets all covered by the ice. Right here, especially the asparagus, we want to stop cooking right away because we don't want it to get mushy. I like to have still a little bit of a crunch to it. Just gonna keep stirring it until it cools down. It's working, so I'm just gonna let this cool down in here for about a minute or two, and then we're gonna get to putting it all together. Okay, so this has had some time to cool off, so it is time to drain it again. This is actually the bowl that I'm gonna be mixing everything together to. I'm gonna make sure most of the water is out of it. Okay, and then we're gonna just dump it back into there. Okay, and now it is time to add in all of our mix-ins. So I'm gonna add in, say this is about a cup of sun-dried tomatoes that I chopped up to be in smaller pieces. A little bit of some red onion that has been diced finely. I do not like a ton of just raw red onion, so I'm not using a crazy amount, but add however much you like it. And then a couple of bell peppers. I am doing a mix of red, orange, and yellow. And finally, some chopped up cilantro. Now, if you don't like cilantro, you can add like parsley instead, or basil maybe even, or just nothing at all if you don't really want that flavor in there. I'm just gonna get this all incorporated in. This is starting to smell so good. Even dill would probably be pretty good in here instead of the cilantro. Okay, this is looking fantastic. So now it is time to add our sauce and give it one last good mix. And then we're just gonna pour it all on top. A lot of times I also need to add a little bit more. When it's been in the refrigerator for a while, it seems to dry out. And so right before you eat it, add a little more mayo usually helps to freshen it all up. And this is always even better the second day when it has had some time to really get all the flavors together. But for now, this all together. This is looking beautiful. I love to see all the different colors in this. It's looking so pretty and it's getting nice and creamy. Okay, and there you have it, some asparagus pasta salad. So I'm very excited to give this a try. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a try now, and then I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let it cool off for a while, and then I'll have it for dinner as a side. So first, let's give it a little taste test now. Just gonna take a tiny little bowl for now. Don't want to ruin my appetite for later. Okay, and let's give it a try. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. I got the asparagus, the pepper, cilantro, some peas, pepper, a little bit of onion. Okay. This is very good. The asparagus was cooked perfectly. It still has a little bit of crispness, which I really like. I don't like it when it gets super mushy, so it is perfectly done. The macaroni pasta was also cooked great, and I love all the mixes of all the different other flavors in it. You definitely get a little bit of acidity from both the sun-dried tomatoes and the lemon that was put in the dressing, and it just feels very fresh and spring and summery, which is perfect for this time of year. This will go perfect with the broths we got, so I'm very excited to have this then. So I'm going to put this away, and then I'll try it again in a couple hours to see if the flavors develop anymore. So good. Okay, the salad has had time to cool off some, and it is ready to go, and I have my brat and my cheddar jalapeno bread ready, so it is time to give everything a little bit of a taste. This should be the perfect salad to go along with this meal. Awesome. And then I am gonna add a little bit of salt onto it because I thought it could use a little bit more. Okay, and it is time to give it a taste. Get a little bit of everything. Yep, it is still delicious. It's nice and creamy. I will probably have to add some more mayo to it tomorrow because it is absorbing into the noodles, but it is giving them a lot more extra flavor. So that is great. I love the texture of everything. The peas and the asparagus were cooked perfectly. The pasta is a great texture too. It did firm up a little bit once it got into the refrigerator, which is good. I love all the flavors from the peppers and the onions and the cilantro. That adds a really nice flavor. And the sun-dried tomatoes add a lot of flavor too, and a nice acidity to it. So overall, I'm very happy with how this salad turned out. And then my bread turned out fantastic too. I've been eating this the past couple nights and it's been great. I've been having it with soup. And I'm gonna give the sausage a quick try. This is mango habanero, so we'll see how spicy it actually is. It has a nice heat, nothing overpowering. Actually, as I'm talking more, you can feel it a little bit more, but it's really good. So I'm very happy with how this whole entire meal turned out. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.